Good evening.
Hi, Ashil.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
fine.
sir, we are live.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. I warmly welcome Mr. Arun for accepting our invitation. Arun Prasad is very well-known personality. Do you know that he has been followed by more than 15,000 people on a social media, and even on a LinkedIn there are 13,000 around the people who follows, and there are very giant people who are authoritative in the area of this augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality. So he is basically a CEO of Focus Enterprise, right? He has developed the very futuristic digital products for the business and the people. He is very passionate about building the all and solving the problem faced by the industries through extended realities, like you can consider as augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, and he is also passionate to make the things smarter, safer, better through the Internet of Things. So over the years, he has developed a lot of engines. The name as Focus AR engine, where you can build own augmented reality engine and which are very affordable, reliable, and customizable for the industrial AR applications. Focus booking engine, right? That is the another product which is you can say all in one in a immersive booking solutions for real estate developers, and even with the Nand is also working in this kind of an area. So it's a very good match. We are gathering together today on this. So he is very well known in the industry for delivering the customized augmented reality, virtual reality, and IoT based solutions. And even though he is very good at the hands on of the machine learning and artificial intelligence, so he is at the end CEO and co-founder of Focus, and he has been honored by the Issue Beach Expo conference in Rise India Award also in 2017. So this has been honored by Rise India, which is very well known for the in the India for the emerging technologies and emerging startups, and that is in the IIT of Research Center Chennai. So he has also received the Star Partner Award and many more acknowledgements he has received regarding his work. So we warmly welcome you, sir, and very happy to announce that we are also working in the this area to develop the students interest into this, and for that we are going to develop, means we have already procured the all AR and even though VR related level of the HoloLens for the students.
Oh, great.
So we have
Mhm.
recently procured, so we have planned up to that level, which is considered, you know, that HoloLens is a costliest equipment into this
True,
area,
true.
virtual reality. So we are passionate
Mhm,
up to that level, and
mhm, mhm.
we are now going to cultivate this culture of the working in this technology. We have also tie up with the PTC for Vuforia
Mhm.
engine, Vuforia Studio, even ThingWorks SEO. So that
Excellent.
we have now equipped, but now we are going to work more that we can create a stronger community who can deliver and prepare, make the solutions, and that's why we are doing this session. So very wonderful that you have spared your time and you come and enlighten our students and encourage that to work, why to work in this futuristic area, what is the demand, and
Right.
what is the kind of an opportunities they have. Though it's a very rigorous task, it has involvement of various fields, but its creations are very beautiful and very different than the existing one, which can mix us into the
True.
different world. So let me not take much time of yours and handing over the session to Mr. Arun Prasad. So I warmly welcome everyone here for the session. Over to you, sirs.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the invite, and thanks for the mention, Ashil. And great to know about your university just investing on the latest technology, even starting with the HoloLens. That's great to hear from your end, Harshal. So straight away, I just move on to the session here. So the today's topic is all about the mixed reality. So I'll be running through the. So before going forward with the mixed reality, so I just you just mentioned about my background, and may I just give you a very short brief, the brief about my the overall the things what we are just doing actually. So we are the industry for the more than 15 years, and we are predominantly we are developing a lot of other the products based on XR and IoT for the enterprises. So starting from manufacturing, so we have XSS.ai, and for real estate we have a separate product called Focus Booking Engine. It's more about the visualization of the property where literally can teleport the customers to the actual the property. And even we are investing our time on the upcoming product called XWall. It's some like it's a very unique concept. So where nowadays so most of the where we are just more into just browsing our own smartphone, right? So how well we can be active. So something it's an interactive wall kind of game. So we can improve our analytical skill. We can improve the high-end hand coordination skill kind of. So that's the upcoming product from Arun, and we are based out of Chennai. We are 40 plus employees in Chennai, and we have the other the offices in Bangalore, Dubai, and Bahrain. So coming to today's agenda, so I'll be giving the detailed view about the technology. So where we are now and how the technology is evolving for the last couple of decades. And so in this session, you can learn about what is AR, VR, and MR. So what are the industrial challenges they currently the industries are facing, and how we can come up with the solution by using AR, VR, and MR. So I'll be running a lot of other the exciting the videos, so where you can imagine so how well the XR the tech is adding value to the real world problems. And by end of the session, probably we can have the Q&A, where probably if you have any other questions, you can ask me. So definitely I'll be open to answer your questions. So this is the agenda. So coming to the overall, so where we are now actually. So already I think would have most of the audience would have known about Industry 4.0. So that's a buzzword. So Industry 4.0, Metaverse, AR, VR. So these are the buzzwords right now in the social media actually. So if you talk about Industry 1.0, it's all about the mechanical the production. So we use water and steam to automate to come up with the mass production of the products during 18th century. And then came the discovery of electric current. So by using electric current, so where we just started using conveyor belts to automate and then to go with it for the mass production. We just started using the electric energy to run the machines during 1870. And if you talk about the industries in India, so I will say, so most of nearly around 70, more than 70% of the industries in India, they are still in industry 2.0. So they didn't move on to industry 3.0 itself actually. So 3.0 is all about just using the IT related applications by using computers. How well we can automate the process, how well we can streamline, so that the employees over there, they can follow the systems by using the applications, the IT based applications. And so now we are in the stage of industry 4.0. So industry 4.0 is all about connected missions, connected workers. So how well you can connect all the missions, so that you can understand the overall health of the missions remotely. So how will you can create a digital twin of the manufacturing facility, so that you can avoid a lot of other repetitive the task. How well you can reduce the cost and time over there. So industry 4.0 is all about cloud computing, connected devices, the digital twin. And so I'll be talking more about the technology. So what are the technology we are just using right now in industry 4.0, so that we'll be having the detailed view about the upcoming industries where they're just using the latest technology to automate the complete process. And so for the last 100 years, I think you would have known about the overall the evolution of the technology, right? So every decade, I think we are just coming with a lot of other new tech. So in my perspective, I think the top the discovery from human is it's number one is fire. So number two, it's obviously the electric current. So by where after the discovery of electric current, we it's a day to day the thing that we use on daily the process right now actually. So number three is all about the computers and smartphones. So nowadays, so we are more into where nearly around 8 hours we are just spending only on the smartphone. So we are just doing a lot of other work only through the mobile and the PC. And likewise, so we had the iPhone moment in 2007, right? So I think you can imagine for the last 13 years, last 14 years, the overall drastic improvement in the technology. So we are just looking forward for the next iPhone moment. So what would be the next iPhone moment, right? It's all about the smart glasses. So just expanding, just automating a lot of other because it's just going to bring. So before 10 years, there is no digital marketers in the industry. Before 10 years, there is no social media. There is no social media adverts. So now I think you can understand the overall investment in smartphone and how well the technology will be evolving for the next 10 years. So I say I'm just telling about the overall the evolution of the technology, right? So just some years before, so it's all about how we're just automating the system and processes here. So during the Formula One race in 1950, it took around 67 seconds to change the overall the tire over there. So now we can understand. Just in fraction of seconds, we are just getting the things done. So we are just keep on improving the overall system and process so that we are just thinking about how well we can save time and energy at the same time how well we can reduce the cost. So we can compare with the with not only with this is only the example here. We can compare with any other industries, manufacturing, healthcare, and defense, and a lot of other industries. So industries they're just spending investing time more time on speeding up the actual product. So if you know about the life cycle of the product, so starting from handling the material to the designing the product to delivering the actual end product, it's all about we are racing against time. So even the pandemic is pushing digital transformation across industry. The pharma industries they are actually it's all about time, right? So they want to release the medicine as soon as possible so that they can address the issue. So how we can use the technology to overcome these challenges? And this the simple slide by using we can you can understand how well the adoption of the technology for the last 120 years actually. So it took around 68 years to reach 1 million users. For the airline industries, it took around 68 years to reach 1 million users. And if you take the television, it's around 22 years to reach 1 million users actually. And if you talk about the cell phone, it's around 12 years. In the year 2016, I think most of you would have known about the Pokemon Go, the application. In 2016, so once the application is released, that's a AR-based application. That's a game actually. So where we want to find the avatars, the digital avatars in the location. It just took only 19 days to reach around 1 million users. So today you can, I think probably in YouTube, like everything is possible within 1 hour. So we are just reaching around millions of users within minutes actually through YouTube. So you can understand about the overall the speed. So how well we are adapting to the technology. So everything is connected. So obviously, so going forward, so we'll be coming with a lot of other technology where it will add great value on day to day life. So on our personal life as well as on the industry front. So coming to the technology, so these are the technology which is going to rule the world for the next 20 years. I think for the last 20 years, where the software was eating a lot of other tools actually. So next 20 years, where AI will be eating software products actually. Everything will be automated by using AI and machine learning. So we'll be automating every processes in the industry. So the overall technology knows about our persona, and whatever the repair task will be automated actually. So if we talk about blockchain, so blockchain is redefining financial industry. And if you take a drone, so ultimately drones are we just started using for logistics, for defense, and drone will play a major role in logistics sector. So robotic is already we just the industries are just started automating the overall process by using robots. If you take the 3D printing, so we just started constructing the 10 to 20 floors by using 3D printers. So within couple of weeks, where you can build a whole 10-floor structure within a week's time by using 3D printing. So in the right off is all about the technology, where you can see the lot of other the traction in most of the industries right now. So if we take the left side, so augmented reality. So augmented reality, virtual reality, and Internet of Things with AI, it's going to add a lot of other value. With this combination, I think in the upcoming slide, you can understand how well with the combination of AI, XR, and IoT, it's adding great value to the industries, starting with the manufacturing, defense, healthcare, construction, pharma industry. So in the next couple of slides, I'll be taking you to what is. I'll be running through a very small the example so that you can understand what is AR, VR. So a lot of people, they are just pretty much confused with XR. There are a lot of other technology actually. So I will clear those things here actually. And so if you take augmented reality, so whatever the digital content you see in the real world is called augmented reality. So in this video, you can see the overall the smartphone can recognize the actual business card, so that I can, based on the business card, where I can pop up on the business card, and then I can speak about my background. I can speak about my company, about my product. So AR can be visualized by using the smartphone, smart glasses, and tab. So ultimately, it recognizes the actual physical object, and then it will pop up the digital content. So that's augmented reality. So augmented reality can be, as I told, so the can be visualized these the compatible the devices. And if you take virtual reality, so virtual reality is all about teleporting yourself to the virtual world. So in this example, so where the particular real estate buyer, so he just getting teleported to the actual property. So he might be in Chennai, so the property might be in US, or it might be in Mumbai. So he can be teleported to the actual spot. So you can imagine, you can just visualizing the top 7 wonders of the world, literally, where you can literally can walk, you can peek from the balcony. So you can't see the real world. So you'll be completely teleported to the virtual world. So that's the difference between AR and VR. So AR is all about, so where you can see the digital content in the real world, and VR is all about just hiding the overall the real world, and then teleporting yourself to the virtual world. So that's virtual reality. And so virtual reality can be visualized by using this the top the headsets. So Oculus, they are just coming with a lot of other wonderful the inventions, where they are coming up with the groundbreaking headset by next year with the Oculus Quest Pro. So with body tracking, with eye tracking, and where even with the mixer reality. So they are coming up with the groundbreaking the headset by February 2022. So even PlayStation, and a lot of other industries, they are just investing. If you take the top, the four, the tech, the companies, starting with Apple, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, they are investing heavily on XR technology actually. So in my perspective, I think the next iPhone moment will be from Apple. So we are expecting the mixed reality headset by Apple, because the Apple have already set the stage for the mixed reality devices. They already they released AR the AR kit actually. So when compared to any other SDK, AR SDK, Apple AR kit stands out actually. Even they came with the lidar to add more immersive experience through the mobile and the tab. The iPad Pro and the iPhone 13 comes with the lidar. So ultimately, to add a more immersive experience to the user, starting with the game, so you can have a more immersive experience with those smartphones. So my views. So definitely, you can expect the next iPhone moment by next year through Apple. So I think hope all are with me, right? So if you're with me, just ping yes in the text box. Great. So I just move on to the next slide. So here, so it's all about. So I think probably you. So most of you who are not experienced the virtual reality headset, probably some would have experienced the same with the mobile. So earlier, 3 or 4 years before, so when you wear the VR headsets, definitely it will give a lot of the eye strain, and you won't feel wearing the VR headset for more than 5 minutes. So now the everything is standalone. So whatever I'm just talking about, the Oculus Quest and even the Apple the mixed reality headset will be mostly, it will be a standalone headsets. So where definitely you can see you can watch the movie nearly for 3 years, 3 hours. The overall experience will be seamless. The comfort will be more seamless with the standalone headsets. And ultimately, there are difference between the wired headsets and the standard headsets. If it is wired, definitely you can expect some high quality the visuals like HTC Vive. So since it is a wired and powered with the missions, so definitely the overall visual quality will be pretty good in HTC Vive when compared to the standalone devices. So these are the difference between the mobile-based the VR experience and wired and standalone headsets. So going forward, so obviously the consumers, they will prefer standalone headsets, since you don't want to have some experts technicians to assist you. Even for HTC Vive, you want to invest around 2 lakhs to procure some good graphics powered PC, and along with the headsets, it comes around 2.5 lakhs. Where if you take the Oculus Quest, it's around 35,000. Right, so it's more affordable. So more you can expect more users using the VR devices. Next comes the next comes the mixed reality. So here are all about the digital content, right? So here the mixed reality is all about the actual device. So mixed reality device knows your actual real world environment actually. It knows it's a table actually, and it knows there is a wall in front of you, and you can pull the virtual ball, and once you just throw on the wall, it will bounce from the wall. It understands your virtual the actual real world space, and based on that the actual digital content will react. So in this example you can see here now, so this is the virtual ball. You can see one more the another person playing from the remote place. So this is all about mixer reality. It understand that's a table, and it understand the overall the physical space, and based on the physical space, the virtual the objects will react. So these are the mixed reality the classes which is available right now in the industry. So HoloLens 2, so it comes with the lidar. So even as I'm just talking more about the lidar, so lidar plays a role in identifying your virtual the physical space. So you can within a couple of minutes you can render your actual home. So based on that, so probably you can create your own virtual objects, and then you can play around remotely with your friends. So these are the difference between the AR, VR, and MR. And so now moving on to the overall the challenges faced by the industries. And if you take the end, the starting with the manufacturing companies where onboarding employees, it's a very big headache for the L&D team actually. The learning and development teams where it takes a lot of other time to train the employees. So they'll be using the experts to train the freshers over there. Even the overall, because since the industry thing is improving in India, so the overall recruitment of resources is pretty high in the manufacturing industries right now. So how well they can solve those issues and onboarding issues, how well they can automate the overall training process by using the technology. So the team bunch of team, they are just spending more time on training the employees over there. So how we can sort out those issues. And even as I told, so if you take any physical objects, it's more about the iteration, right? So you'll be coming with the design. If you talk about automobile, so initially the design team, they'll be coming up with one of the design where they want to design the complete the design physically actually. See, it's take a lot of other time. At the same time, if there is any other changes, it consumes a lot of other time and energy from the whole team. So how well we can use the technology to avoid frequent changes in the actual end product. And even the customer demand after the pandemic, the customer demand and expectation is pretty high actually. They are just looking forward for the end product within weeks, within month. So how well you can automate the process within the factory floor so that you can meet the customer demand and expectation. At the same time, in between the production, so the shop floor workers, they'll be facing a lot of other issues with the equipments and a lot of downtime of the actual equipments. So because of that, they'll be missing the actual the deadline. So you can imagine the overall cost involved in addressing these challenges. It's all about cost, right? It's all about money that we are just spending that would be spent the on these challenges actually. So how well we can address these challenges by using XR. So even the AI and IoT will play a major role in adding the great value at the same time in addressing these challenges. So how we can achieve these the challenges? It's through once the all the equipments and workers are connected. So definitely we can come up with a lot of other innovative solutions, starting with collaborating with the remote experts on the design. So where you can pull the virtual object in front of the designers so that you can discuss. I think probably would have seen a lot of other the HoloLens related videos where nowadays they are just coming with the remote collaboration where you can discuss about the product design, and then if there is any other changes, you can come up with the design changes immediately, so that before going with the production, you can take action, you can save time in the overall design process. So we use augmented reality for the remote assistance. So in the upcoming the slides where I will be running through some few of the videos so that you can understand the actual use case where we are just currently using with industries. And IoT and AR-based proactive maintenance, how well we can autonomously allocate, probably if something goes wrong with the particular equipment, so how well you can autonomously allocate and assign the task to the technician so that you can reduce the overall downtime of the machines over there. Even by using video analytics and AI, so we can improve the overall the quality control of the product. So nowadays we are using the virtual assistants to train to know about the some like it should the product, whatever the product we are just building in XR, we should act as a Google Lens for a particular organization. So we'll be seeing more about those videos in the next slide. So hope all are with me. So probably, so I hope so. These slides are pretty interesting for you, and I'll be running through a lot of other interesting videos here. I think it's taking some time. One sec. So in this particular video, you can see, so actually, so we AR and we are using augmented reality to visualize the actual bridge. So before constructing, so we will be having the idea how well the bridge will look like. In 1:1 ratio, we can definitely we can pull the actual virtual object, and then we can compare the designs. We can see the overall design changes. We can get the overall feedback. So we can consult with the designer's architect on the overall design, and then we can come up with the final conclusion. So how we can come up with the bridge over there. So this is using SLAM and augmented reality. The same way, so how we can visualize the entire factory, just creating a digital twin of the entire the factory, and then before constructing the factory, I can know how well it will look like. So this is through augmented reality. In virtual reality, where literally you can be teleported to the actual factory floor. You can look around. You can analyze the overall space between the equipments. If there is any changes needed, definitely you can take immediate action over there. It's all about how using augmented reality to visualize the upcoming the product. So the earlier videos is all about visualization, and so this is this thing where it's all this is for training. So where using augmented reality, so where I can straight away I can create the AR based visual notes. So in this particular example, where I can use the AR based annotation, so where I can get guide the technician. So if there's something goes wrong in the particular engine, I can annotate with the step-by-step guidance with my voice as well as with the AR-based annotation, so that the technician who are just pretty much new to the particular job, they can understand about the actual troubleshooting issues actually. So we can create the AR-based the AR-based knowledge base in seconds. Create, learn, and share with your coworker so that they can know more about the troubleshooting issues. They can know more about the actual product. So this is one of the feature with our product called XSS.ai. And so next is all about how we can use AR to automate the training, where we can have the complete knowledge base about the particular product. So here, so before going to the shop floor, so you can imagine about your worker just going to work on the particular product, or else you can imagine about your technician just going to the customer place to sort out some one of the issue. So once you scan on the particular the equipment, so it will pop up with the digital content. Something like if you want to know about how to troubleshoot this particular issue in animation, it will guide you to take the step by step process to complete the particular the assembling steps over there. Even we can integrate with the video slides. It's all about automation, right? So you don't want to since it is more everything is visual. Just comparing with the manual. So manual and all, it's always it's a time consuming process. Even we won't be more interested if it is some like with a lot of other pages. Obviously, we will avoid reading the complete manuals, right? So since it is visuals, so it will give the more the visual information to your brain, so that the information retention will be high. So this is all about the knowledge base. So how well you can use augmented reality to create your own knowledge base, to create your the digital collaterals for the particular product. So next comes the AR-based remote assistance. You can imagine probably you're just going to one of the factory the floor over there, and you can imagine about some the fire accident in the control panel. So since you are pretty much new and there is no other technician or any other experts available in the actual the factory, so you will be having very less confident in handling that particular situation. So definitely you will be expecting some other experts to come down to the facility to troubleshoot or to avoid the accident to the next level. So how well you can be confident in handling the issues, how well you can connect with the remote expert, so that you'll be having confidence in troubleshooting the actual issue. Just getting fire in the control panel, it will go, if you just move to the next level of the thing, it may trigger a lot of other issues in the factory. How we can avoid those complex situations? So literally here, so I can connect, so in this the video, so where we can go with the video based AR call. So where probably can imagine the technician is in Bangalore, and the expert, he might be, because of the pandemic, he might be sitting in home, or he might be in Mumbai. So how well I can connect with the expert over there in Mumbai, so that the expert can have the actual view of the equipment, or the control panel, and then he can give the annotation. He can probably can, this is the first step, so you want to carry out this the first step here, and this is the second step. So that instead of going with a normal video call, even you can go with a WhatsApp call. So definitely it will take more than 20 or 25 minutes for the particular issue. So how well you can address those issue within a minute. So AR will add great value in annotating the issue, in educating the actual technician in troubleshooting in one of the complex the issues actually. So the AR-based remote assistant has been widely used in the field technicians right now actually. So in India, we just started the technicians over there. They just slowly they're just adapting these kind of tools right now. So this is during, so we can go with the video based AR call during high bandwidth scenarios. So how well, probably you can imagine about the windmill, so where it might be remotely located in the state actually. So during those scenario where I can go with a voice based call, so we call this as a image based AR call. So instead of going with the video call where it will take a lot of other high bandwidth, so I can go with a normal voice based call. So the technician, so as you see here, so the technician, this is a technician view. So I can share the actual image to the remote expert, so that the remote expert can annotate on the image. So the whatever the annotation is placed on the image will be automatically get placed on the physical equipment over there. So it add great value in during low bandwidth scenario. So during low network, so definitely I can connect with the remote expert. So I can be more confident on solving the actually issue faster than before actually. So the remote AR assistance will be normal going forward for the field technicians. Remote AR assistance will be very, very normal, where you can connect with the experts, collaborate, and resolve the issue remotely. So next comes the clash detection. So through augmented reality, where we can analyze. So in this particular example, so you can imagine about the oil and gas industry, right? So probably there is probably the pipe have been laid nearly around 1 or 2 years before. So if there is any other issue, so how well I can speed up the overall the process, so that I'll be having the bird eye view of the actual the pipe, so that I can take action immediately in solving the particular revamping of the pipes over there. You can imagine about the risk, right? Probably the technician might hit the gas line or damage the underground utilities. So how well, by using this the AR-based class detection, so how well I can avoid those dangerous situations, right? So next comes the as I told about the BIM model. It's all about the digital twin. So where before, I think it's flickering. So before constructing the actual the bridge or a building or a factory, so where you can bring the entire the building information model to the actual site, And before constructing, so you can have the respective shareholders where you can they discuss more about the design. So you can design they discuss about the design changes. You can identify the clash between the already constructed the building with the digital building. Actually, it gives the overall accuracy will be in so within not more than 5 so where you can identify the actual clash between the actual site with the digital sites over there. I think it's pretty loading here. So definitely you can spot the overlap. So you can imagine about the piping or wiring in the actual building. So literally you can compare and then you can identify the overall overlaps over that so that you can avoid the rework and save a lot of other time and money in coming with a lot of other rework in the design changes. So next comes, so this is one of the video which is recorded through HoloLens. So where I think it's loading here. One sec. So where I can use the same way. One sec. Harshal, are you with me?
Yes, I'm with
Great.
you. I can get it. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay. So with the BIM, so building information model, so where I can literally, I think this particular video is it's loading again. So I will move on to the next slide. So that is all about the building, how well you can bring the BIM as well as an AR and comparing the actual the design, and then you can identify the clash, you can identify the overlap in laying the pipe with the electrical layout and all. So next comes the overall how well you can by using IoT, how well you can paint the entire factory with data. So so that during inspection I can know the actual the health of the particular equipments over there. So I can identify, I can check each and yeah, I think it's loading. So I can know about the actual health of the particular equipment through IoT, where I can see the complete data about of each and every equipment. So during inspection, so it add great value. Even I can create a digital twin of the factory so that I can know in instantaneously remotely. I can monitor the overall the production and process of the entire factory, and probably I can take action in maintaining the actual equipment. So you can imagine about the downtime, right? So no one is using proactive maintenance right now. Even if you talk about the top industries, they are not using proactive maintenance. If something goes wrong, so ultimately they'll be waiting for the experts to come to the factory. You can imagine about the time taken to resolve your particular issue. How well, probably even for the few the complex equipments. So they'll be traveling from Taiwan, they'll be traveling from remote location over there. How we can avoid those situation, and where we'll be spending more time on traveling and all. So IoT with AR will add a lot of other value in remotely monitoring the assets. So I can paint the entire factory with the data, and then proactively I can take decision based on the actual health of the machines over there. So next comes the navigation. So how we can use augmented reality to navigate around the warehouse. So this is one of the example where we use augmented reality in the departmental store here. So instead of the spending more time on identifying the where the actual the actual the object is located, so literally I can search, and then the system will provide the immediate the navigation through AR. It will give the immediate route through AR, augmented reality. So this is one of the consumer use case. So we can imagine about in warehouse, so in shipping yard. So how well you can use augmented reality to locate the actual the equipment or any other container over there. It saves a lot of other time for forklift drivers actually. Even when I went to L&D recently, they are just taking long time in identifying the bunch of bundles over there. So once it is indicated, so automatically gives the guidance through the airbase, the navigation, so that I can identify, I can navigate and then update the object over there. So as I told earlier, so we have been dumped with a lot of other information, right? So if you go to any other factory, still they use the manual to train the particular the employees over there. So how well we can have the virtual assistants, where starting from the gate, how well the virtual assistants will guide you to show around the factory. So once you are recruited to any of the company, how well the virtual assistant will assist you in answering your question. You can imagine just after wearing the smart glasses, you can imagine the virtual avatar popping in front of you and then addressing your doubts. It's something like automating your the repeated training time over there. I think there is some bandwidth issue. I think it's loading, just taking time to load. So here I can use.
What is the origin of money?
The Mesopotamian shekel, the first.
So you can imagine these thing with the smart glasses, right? So literally, the virtual assistant will act as a Google lens. Actually, it knows about the entire factory. It knows about the entire equipment. So if you want to know about the actual the health of the particular equipment, you can interact with the virtual avatar. So it will pull back those data from the cloud, and then it will show the actual data in front of you. For the training, for it add great value in training. So probably you'll be having a lot of other digital collateral, right? So if you want to pull back the manual digital collateral for one of the equipment, it will pull back those manual. It might be the manual might be in AR, or it might be a video, or it might be in a document. So it will pull back those data literally to you in seconds actually. So you can search, interact, and then learn from it. So, these are the things where we're just coming with the AR based helmet by next year. So I just put this slide. So next comes, so AR is all about the productivity. So AR will add great value on productivity, on training. So AR use case is unlimited. So you can think about gaming. If you can think about the training, automating the training process. You can think about the equipment, digitizing the complete equipment, and then checking out the health of the particular equipment through AR. So use cases is pretty enormous with augmented reality. So if you, I'll be taking just 5 more minutes, so where I can finish off my session and then move on to my the Q&A session here. So VR is all about training. So VR is use case is all about training. So mainly VR will be used for simulation and automating the training. So here we implement normally we implement VR in three mode. So starting with the spectator mode. So once you wear the VR headset, so literally you'll be teleported to the factory floor, and then I can know about the actual in this particular video. So we did it for L&T here. For mainly we automated the complete safety training over there. So we will come up with the actual accident. So the as a spectator, I will be viewing the actual accident in front of me. As a first person, I can feel the actual accident over there in the factory, and then from the accident, I can know about I can analyze what went wrong, and then I can learn about what the do's and don'ts in the actual factory floor. So the second mode will all about the program guided mode. So where the system will guide will give the instruction to complete one of the tasks. It will guide me in assembling the particular equipment. So once I wear the VR headset, so literally I can remotely I can play with the actual equipment. I can see in the expand view. I can pull back all the parts separately and then and then I can know about the each and every detail about the part, and then I can come up with the step by step guidance to resolve the particular issue. It's all about training the particular worker through the program guided mode. So next one is all about the assessment. So this is something like gamified. So literally we will open the factory floor to the worker. So as per the learning from the previous spectator mode and program guided mode, so they want to perform the particular task in virtual reality. So after completing the particular task, we will rate the employees with a score. So if it is around 20 steps, we know whether they just perform those steps, and based on that, we will give the score for each and every employees. It's all about the automating the complete training through virtual reality. So these are the three modes that we will implement for most of the industries. You can take it for education sector. The virtual reality is going to add a lot of other the value in training and education. The training will be more immersive. It's something like you are in this part. So the overall the information retention will be pretty high. So this slide will tell all about. So since if you're just going to do yourself in handling the equipment, the information retention will be pretty high. It's all about doing yourself. I hope. So I think it's nearly around 15 minutes. I think your brain is something like this right now. After seeing the use case, since everything is visual, we are just only seeing the video here. By even seeing the video, I think you can imagine, you can compare the use case. Once you go to the shop floor, definitely you can compare the use case with the things. But only with the video, you can imagine those experience with augmented reality. You can imagine the experience with the mixed reality glasses, right? So it's all about the information retention in the brain. So that's why it's adding the XR technology is adding great value in both training as well as in production, as well as in improving the productivity. So this is a quote from Confucius, where so I think probably would have gone with a lot of other 3-day theoretical the sessions. So obviously you will forget within the day, within an hour you will forget those sessions. So if you're just going to see visually, definitely the overall retention it will go for nearly for a month. So definitely you can remember what's gone during the session, since it is a video. So once we're just going to do yourself, definitely you won't. Definitely the memory of the particular things will be pretty high. So these are the benefits. So as I told earlier, so definitely you can use by using XR technology, you can increase the productivity, you can reduce the downtime of the equipment, you can detect the overlap, and you can know about the clash between the virtual objects and the physical objects during the construction, during the factory design process. So it add the value in taking the decision faster. So these are the benefits on AR front, and this is why, as I told earlier, the pandemic is pushing the transformation across industry. And if the industry is not adapting to the technology like XR, AI, and IoT, then definitely they will perish. So if they want to compete with the world competitors, so ultimately they should adapt to the technology like AI and XR, so that they can compete with the world. So ultimately, most of the industries, they are in pressure in reducing the overall cost. So they want to improve, they want to empower the employees. So these are the tech, XR and AI are the tech, so which is adding great value in improving the productivity among the industries. So if you want to be the developer, so these are the skill sets you should know. So since you are the most of the background, most of the audience are the students, I think so. If you are pretty much if you want to be the XR developer, so you should have the basic understanding about the programming language. You should be good in C sharp, right? So if you want to be the designer, I think you should be good in 3D Max, Blender. Even there are a lot of other open free tools available right now here. Even Gravity Sketch, it's where you can create the prototype in VR by using Gravity Sketch and Shape XR. You can note on Gravity Sketch and Shape XR, so you can create the digital models in VR itself. So to start with, I think if you want to be the programmer, if you want to be the XR developer, so make sure you are just good in C sharp and then explore Unity. So explore Unity. So definitely you'll be having some very good experience in knowing about the Unity over there. And even you can run play around with AR Core. AR Core is from Google. They have the open SDK, free SDK. You can play around. So if you want to do the application for iOS, so then you can explore ARKit. ARKit SDK is mainly for iOS devices. Even Unity, they released AR Foundation, the AR Foundation with a lot of other XR plugin. So they have the plugin for Android, they have the XR plugin for iOS, they have the plugin for Magic Leap, as well as for HoloLens. So these are the things. So you want to know to become the XR developer. So this is how the world will be in couple of years. So it's all about the remote collaboration. So the metaverse, you're just talking more about the metaverse, right? So metaverse is the next. So it's something like Industry 2.0. So whatever you see right now is in 2D, in rectangle, right? We are just seeing the smartphone. It's within rectangle. You are just visualizing the actual meeting in laptop. So everything is 2D, right? So next evolution will all about in 3 dimensional. So earlier, so it's in text, and then 2D. It's more about the immersive collaboration. So as you see here, so the collaboration will be in 3 dimension. So the nowadays the video call is more normal, right? So going forward, so where you will be in the metaverse, where the top automobile companies, they where you can drive around the top the automobile, like starting with Ferrari. In metaverse you can drive around Ferrari actual the virtual the automobile of Ferrari over there in metaverse. You can shop in metaverse. You can probably buy Nike shoes in metaverse. Digital assets, even nowadays they are buying virtual real estate assets in virtual world. So the world is the changing right now. I think this is going forward. This is the way where we'll be collaborating in future. So thank you. I think you had a wonderful meeting. The I think I would have opened up a lot of other the use case different. So if you want to know more about the XR related, you can follow me on LinkedIn, and you can get to know more about AR. Thanks, Akshal. I think I completed my session. Probably it's open for any other questions.
Yeah, there are a lot of questions in a comment box. Can we take one by one with your short comments on this?
Yes.
People are asking, yeah. So, very first question which we have, that these issues also faced by computers in 2000, but it's now booming. So that's why right now, or it was the concepts were developed earlier. Jay Rathod is asking this.
No, I think in 2011 Google have released Google Glass, right? I think literally that's a failure, right? So at the time the market is not ready. So even during 2011 we are just running around with 2G. You can understand about the bandwidth, right? The
Right.
smart glass is all about the cloud
So
rendering.
we don't have an infrastructure.
Yes,
That means
absolutely.
we don't
So
have an infrastructure. Concepts were there, but we don't have an infrastructure.
absolutely, the time is not right.
Right.
So now, if you take about the time right now, so
Hmm.
the AR kit. So I'm just telling about AR kit, Apple, right? So
Hmm.
they set the stage for the next mixed reality headset. They release the AR kit SDK
Right.
with a lot of other features. They address the common issues. On the hardware front, they released LiDAR. So LiDAR is the most important
Yes.
sensor to understand your space. So
Hmm.
they one by one they are just coming up with they are solving a lot of other the main important issues and going forward. So even by 2030, you can imagine the very normal glasses. You can imagine
Yeah.
a glass like this actually without any
This.
lot
Hmm.
of other the hardwares and sensors. It will be very lightweight.
Hmm.
You can imagine a smart glass with which will be around 40 gram.
Right. Rushi Patel, which is who is asking that how the MR is getting connected to the AI, how people can connect the AI with MR.
Artificial intelligence is part of everything. Actually, I'm just talking about lidar, right? Just sensing your
Right.
space. That's AR is included.
Hmm.
AR is everywhere. Actually,
Yeah.
it knows once the system, the lidar recognizes the object, it knows this is the printer. It's all about training the model.
Correct.
It's all
Correct.
how well. So once you are born, so we are educating the child, right? The same way,
Yeah.
everything is educated, everything is modeled to understand the actual
Yes.
the environment.
So Kevin and Kushi cover is they are asking that Snapchat, Instagram, they have filters. So does they use
Yes.
mixed reality, augmented reality, so we get effects and on our images?
Yes,
Yes.
Snapchat they came with a wonderful the SDK. Even they included the machine learning by using even they are using because they need the hardware, right? So they are
Yeah.
even they use the iPhone the 13 lidar to analyze the environment based on the probably it knows your body, it tracks your body, it knows the complete
Hmm.
hand gesture. So they are ready with the MR experience.
Right. And maybe this AR video call would be greatly feasible in the era of 5G or 6G connectivity. Is it so? What
Even
do you
I
think?
think you can download our app called access.ai in Play Store. It's already available. In 4G, the overall experience will
Yeah.
be seamless.
But right. Okay.
In
And
5G, ultimately,
what is
I can.
exactly metaverse?
Uh-huh. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. What is XRverse and how this XR meet works?
You are
Two
talking about
questions.
metaverse.
Metaverse. What is it? What is that exactly?
Okay, so
Metaverse.
metaverse all about the virtual world. So as I told earlier,
Right.
so it's metaverse all about evaluation of internet. It's internet 2.0. So now whatever the internet right now is, everything is two dimensional, right? So you're just going to the browser. So once you enter the domain, you are just browsing the actual website of a particular organization, right? In metaverse,
Right.
where you can teleport to the virtual world of Apple. You can enter into a
Okay.
Apple virtual world. You can experience the devices. You can get into Ferrari virtual world. You
Right.
can experience the automobiles over there. You can walk. You can have a party with your friends. So everything will be three dimensional. So that's a difference. So whatever internet is
So
all
like
this everything in three dimensional.
great. So like in a medical issues are also people are a lot of people are working on a medical issues or medical training through AR, right? Medical operations
Yes.
would be also can be done in a future. So that students are asking, but the one comment is that when it would be affordable because right now these things are very expensive. So when it would be
Yes.
reached to
Yes.
the affordable.
Yeah, right now, yeah, if
So
you compare with the HoloLens, so HoloLens in Indian rupees, it comes around 3 to 3.5 lakhs. Nreal. So Nreal is a Chinese company. They just launched in US, which cost around 35,000 right now. We are building actually slowly. Slowly, it's probably in a couple of years it will be more affordable actually. So if you want to experience mixed reality glass right now, so definitely you can try out Nreal glass, which is around $599 right now. So you are on mute,
All people are,
Harshal.
no, no, I'm now. Okay, thank you. So
Yeah,
all are very excited to work upon that. Thank you. That it has been a wonderful session, very informative. So now I'll just hand over to Nan for his remarks as our developer student lead. Okay, Nan, go
great.
ahead.
Okay, good evening, sir, and everyone. That I'm Anand Patel, lead of GDSC PU.
Hi.
I would like to thank our valuable guest, Mr. Arun sir, for visiting us and enlightening us with their knowledge. So today's talk was full of knowledge and interesting things. So I gave like deep insight into this topic and also revealed some of the interesting facts about the students, what the MR and AR will going in the future. So the points all the clear which is by the Arun sir told us about the that was really informative, and I'm pretty sure that the precious knowledge that Mr. Arun sir will give us will definitely help us in our studies and futures and other workshops. So as Harshal sir told us that we are inaugurated very soon labs of the AR VR and MR, so we are implementing this knowledge into our field. So once again, I would like to thanks Mr. Arun sir for taking out this from their busy schedule and enlightening us with their knowledge. So thank you so much, and I would also like to thank
And
our faculty advisor, Dr. Harshal Shah, for giving us permission to organizing this wonderful expert talk session. And I would like to thanks to all the students committee who were really work hard to make this event successful, and also all the students present over here for paying attention and learning. And I would now end our talk here. So thank you so much, everyone.
so
Thanks,
Arunji,
Anand.
just before going, Arunji, before going ahead, before ending this session, we are going to organize a hackathon where special track would be on this technologies only. So we would like to
Great.
get your mentorship also with your consent. And in our AR lab, we are forming the AR VR based advisory committee. So that official invitation, I'll send it very soon to you once we are going to inaugurate that. I would like to get you on a board also. So it was very wonderful session, and that would create a great opportunity for us.
Sure, definitely,
Thank you.
definitely, I shall definitely. It will be glad to be part of the hackathon. Definitely, I'll just do the needful.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks all. Take care. Have a great day. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Yeah.
Nice.